Dear students, today I will talking on topic physical properties of minerals, which is a part of second semester geology syllabus. First of all, what is mineral? A mineral is a substance having a definite chemical composition and atomic structure and formed by the inorganic processes of nature. Mineral is generally inorganic, although some people consider biogenic substances such as calcium phosphate apatite in bones or teeth, or calcium carbonate calcite in shells to be minerals. 1. Certain characters depending upon light such as color, luster. Roman 2. Characters depending upon certain senses such as taste, odor and feel. 3. Characters depending upon the state of aggregation such as form, hardness, tenacity, fracture, cleavage. Roman number 4. Characters depending upon specific gravity of minerals. 5. Characters depending upon heat such as flexibility. Roman number 6. Characters depending upon magnetism, electricity and radioactivity. Number 1. Color. Color depends upon the absorption of some and reflection of others of the color, rays or vibration, which compose ordinary white light or normal light. Normal light, called white light, include many different colors. When white light strikes a mineral surface, if all the colors are reflected black to our eyes, the minerals will appear white. If none of the color is reflected back to our eyes, the mineral will appear black. Most minerals, like ruby, appear to have color because only one or a few wavelengths make it back to our eye. Color is often used for quick identification of minerals. In some cases, it can be diagnostic, but in many it is not. The deep red color of rubies may seem distinctive, but ruby is one variety of the mineral corundum. Sapphire blue are different color varieties of the same mineral. Color is one of the most misunderstood mineral properties. Color is mostly controlled by the mineral chemical composition. Unfortunately, the colors of minerals vary greatly. Even in the same species, specimens are found having different colors. For example, the mineral quartz is commonly CO2 is commonly colorless or white, but it is also found with pinkish yellow, green, brown, purple and even black colors. Streak. The streak of a mineral is the color of its powder of may be different from that of minerals in much. The usual method of determining streak is to be rub the mineral against the ceramic streak plate. Streak is routinely used by mineralogists both in the laboratory and in the field. It is also used for telling the color minerals, especially metallic ones. For example, hematite, which may be red, gray or black in hand specimen, alloys has a diagnostic shady red streak. 2. Luster. Luster refers to the general appearance of a mineral. It refers to the way in which a mineral reflects light from its surface. There are several kinds of luster and they are given in the following. 1. Metallic. Minerals that have shiny appearance is polished metal are said to have metallic luster. Gold, iron pyrite and galena have metallic luster. 1a. Submetallic. Minerals that appears only partially metallic are called submetallic. Chromite and cuprite have submetallic luster. 2. Vitreous. Minerals which show glassy appearance are said to have vitreous luster. Quartz and rock salt are good examples. 2a. Subvitreous. When a mineral shows less well-developed luster or glassy appearance, it is said to be subvitreous. Calcite shows its type of luster. 3. Adamantine. The term adamantine luster is used to describe minerals that sparkle or appear brilliant. Diamond shows adamantine luster. 6. Resinous. The luster of resin, opal, amber and some kinds of zinc blended have resinous luster. 5. Pearly. The luster of a pearl, tulle, brucite and selenite shows pearly luster. 6. Silky. The luster of silk. This luster is peculiar to minerals having a fibrous structure. Gypsum and asbestos are good examples of minerals having silky luster. 7. Dull. Minerals which no luster are described as dull. Kaolinite clay is a good example. 3. Hardness. Hardness is one of the important properties of a mineral. In identifying it and may be met in several ways. Hardness is a mineral resistance to abrasion or scratching. It is determined by trying to scratch a surface of one mineral with an edge of corner of another. If a scratch or abrasion result, the first mineral is softer. Hardness may be tested by rubbing the specimen over a tolerably fine cut feel and noting the amount of powder and the degree of noise produced in the test. The less the powder and the greater the noise, the harder is the mineral. The hardness of the minerals refer to its resistance of scratching. The relative hardness of a mineral is measured by the Mohs scale of hardness, which was developed by the German mineralogist Friedrich Mohs in the 19th century. Tables. Mohs scales of hardness. Minerals 1 to 10, turf 1, gypsum 2, calcite 3, fluorite 4, apatite 5, feldspar 6, quartz 7, topaz 8, corundum 9, diamond 10. The hardness of a mineral relates to its weakest bond strength. Graphite has a hardness of 2.5 and diamond has a hardness of 10. Both are made of carbon. But in diamond, the carbon atoms are uniformly spaced, tightly bonded together, while the graphite bonding is very weak in one direction. Hardness may vary depending on the direction of minerals is scratched. For example, in kyanite, hardness varies from 4.5 to 6.5 depending on the direction of the scratch test. The most mineral, however, hardness is about the same in all directions. Mineral with high density, highly charged ion, small ions or covalent bonding tend to be hardest. 4. Fracture. Fractures are rough, unplanar brick which cut randomly through mineral crystal. In short, fracture is a general term used to describe the way a mineral breaks or cracks. Terms used to describe fracture include even, uneven, Heckley, conchoidal, and planetary. A. Conchoidal. Here the mineral breaks with a curve, concave or convex. Example: quartz, flint, and natural gases shows conchoidal fracture. B. Even. The fracture surface is flattish or nearly flat. Example: chert. C. Uneven. The fracture surface is rubbed by reason a minute elevation or depression. Most minerals have uneven fracture. D. Heckley. The surface is studded with the sharp and jagged elevation edge in cast iron when broken. E. Splintery. Forming sharp splinters as kyanite, pectinolite, etc. 5. Cleavage. Cleavage describes a tendency of some minerals to break or spill along flat surface called cleavage plane. Cleavage planes are surfaces of weak chemical bond in mineral crystal. For example, the chemical bond in muscovite, which has a sheet structure, are strong within the plane of the silicate sheet but weak between them. The causes muscovite crystal of two cleave well into thin sheet, which can be peeled away like layers of an onion. Some minerals such as mica, feldspar, and fluorite have good and excellent cleavage in 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 6 different directions, and they cleave cleanly to form regular geometric shape with smooth cleavage planes. Minerals with only one direction of weakness, such as gypsum and mica, have one direction of cleavage and usually break to form thick slab or sheet. Mineralogists describe the quality of a particular cleavage with qualitative terms: perfect, good, distinct, indistinct, and poor. Quartz has poor cleavage in all directions, while mica have one perfect cleavage. 5a. Cleavage in minerals. 1. Cleavage in one direction, for example, muscovite. 2. Cleavage in two directions at right angle, for example, feldspar. 3. Cleavage in two directions not at right angle, example, amphibole. 4. Cleavage in three directions at right angle, example, halite. 5. Cleavage in three directions not at right angle, for example, calcite. 6. Cleavage in four directions, for example, fluorite. 7. Cleavage in six directions, example, sphalerite. 6. Specific gravity. Specific gravity is defined as the ratio of the weight of a mineral to the weight of an equal volume of water. It is essentially a measure of the density of a mineral and thus reflects its chemical composition. The specific gravity of a mineral can be measured partially in a laboratory, and it can be estimated by feeling the heat of the mineral. The specific gravity of minerals depending on the atomic weight of the constituent element and where their atoms are packed in the crystal structure. The force of this control is illustrated by three mineral sulfate which have the same type of crystal structure. Mineral formula: atomic weight of cation specific gravity. Celestine specific gravity 2.9, barite 4.5, ignesite 6.3. Specific gravity is of great importance in the determination of minerals, and the student should make himself familiar with the relative weight of pitch of approximately equal size of the common minerals. The cardinal principle employed in most determination of specific gravity is what the loss of weight in the body measured in the water is the weight of a volume of water equal to that of the body. If WA is the weight of the body in air, WW each weight in water, then WA minus WW is the weight of the water displaced by the body, and specific gravity of this is WA divided by WA minus WW. 6. Method of determining specific gravity. The following are the chief methods of determining specific gravities in mineralogy. 1. The ordinary chemical balance for fragments of a solid minerals about as big as a walnut. 2. The Joule spring balance for very small specimen. 2. With Wingler Styliard for large specimen. 3. With Joule spring balance for very small specimen. 4. By measuring the displaced water for rapid determination of the approximate specific gravity of a number of specimens of a mineral. 5. With the pinometer or specific gravity bottle for friable minerals, small fragments or liquids. 6. The heavy liquid used mainly for the separation of mineral mixture into their pure component according to their specific gravities, but also for approximate determination of specific gravity of mineral grains. Magnetism and electricity. A. Magnetism. Minerals containing iron are generally magnetic, but not necessarily. The degree of magnetism displayed does not depend on the iron content. Mineral containing no iron may also be sufficiently magnetic. For example, monazite and some other cerium-bearing minerals. Magnetite and pyroxotite are the only minerals affected by an ordinary bar magnet. But a large number of minerals are attracted at varying degrees by the electromagnet. By varying the strength of the electromagnet, minerals of varying magnetism can be separated from one another. The table below shows the magnetism and non-magnetism of some minerals. Table. Magnetism of some minerals. Magnetisms mineral. Ferro 1. Ferromagnetic. Magnetite and pyroxotite. Number 2. Paramagnetism. Siderite, iron garnet, chromite, ilmenite, hematite, wolfram. 3. Dimagnetic. Tourmaline, spinel, monazite. 4. Non-magnetic quartz, calcite, feldspar, corundum, cassiterite. 8b. Electricity. Some minerals may conduct electricity. Electrical conduction occurs when a mineral's electrons can move throughout its structure. Such will be the case in structure containing metallic bonds. The native metals such as copper are the best example. Other minerals, while being unable to conduct electricity, may hold static charge or brief period of time. They may be charged by exposure to the strong electric field, the charge in temperature or the application of pressure. A mineral charged by temperature charge is pyroelectric. A mineral charged by pressure change is piezoelectric. Since they are difficult to measure, electrical properties are not often used for mineral identification. It's all. Thank you.